Let me tell you my side of that story. We, you know, you want to get in relationship with God, and when you get in relationship with God, God is a giver. There's no way around it. God so loved the world that He gave, and He gave His best. To be honest with you, He gave His tithe. Because when the Old Testament, I ain't talking about this, but I guess I am. The Old Testament talks about if the firstborn of everything is the Lord's, but if it's something like a donkey, it's unclean, so it has to be redeemed. But if it's something that is clean, it has to be sacrificed. When God gave His Son Jesus, He is clean. He had to be sacrificed. We were all unclean. We had to be redeemed. Jesus is God's tithe. God is a giver. He gave the tithe to win the world. And anyway, God we'll go through seasons to where it happened to me a couple years ago again, and I was like, God, you will let me keep Strider, won't you? But He was telling me, to give stuff, and during that time before that rodeo, we had a work truck that, and there's a guy in Mason that needed a work truck, and the Lord put it on our heart to give him that work truck. Well, that wasn't hard. That wasn't hard. Well, then there was people in that town that it was a big old boy and had two big old sons, and they were all in it, and the mama, and they were all in a single cab truck hauling horses to the racetrack. And we had one of those old Dodge Dualies that was a four-door cab long before they were cool. And that was our good truck. We only paid like $4,000 for it, but that was our good truck. And the Lord started dealing with us that we were to give that truck to them. And that took a little bit of time because we're afoot after that. And so we did. We gave that truck. They drove off, and Ray said that looks good. They look good driving off in that. Well, all we had left was that old bus that we'd go to these stuff in, and Ray was underneath it more than he is in it, I think, working on it all the time. So we had that bus, and we headed to that rodeo, and I'm like, man, I don't want to go to town in the bus to pick up horse feed and groceries and stuff. It's an old Eagle bus, and there was a rancher had this Jeep, and I wanted this Jeep so bad. It was like 6 or 7 or I forgot, but anyway, and Ray said, "No, you're not going to the bank. If you're gonna get it." He didn't want me to have it. And he said, "If you're gonna get it, you're gonna believe God for it." So that was like challenge. Well, bless God, you know. And so anyway, I was claiming that Jeep. We go to that rodeo, and people didn't know that we didn't get paid a dime for what we did. But because I'm singing out there on the horse, a lot of people thought I got paid like a contract act. I didn't get paid nothing. And did you really? You got paid? That's why she cheated you on that deal. I didn't get paid. I had to haul a horse and do all this. Anyway, yeah, I didn't get a dime. And so people think I got paid. And this woman came up to me afterwards and handed me, I figured it's a $20 check or something. And we had a little bit of money, but I needed $4,000 to buy that Jeep. Yeah, and I kind of rubbed it in Ray's face just a little. It was like, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. No, but God's good, and He doesn't ever tell you to let go of things to keep you empty. He has you to let go of things so that you're in a position to receive from Him. He's a giver. And if you're going to fall in love with Him, you're going to become like Him. You're going to become a giver.